Hi. So why should you visit the Philippines? This is something I have to think about as well because most of the time people that I know will not come to the Philippines, even with a free holiday. A lot of it is down because of the negative media. I don't think the Department of Tourism does enough to promote the country, but the world media does a lot to actually damage the tourism there. Um, yes, you have natural disasters, but most of the time they're not in the areas you're going to be visiting. There's a lot of natural beauty in the Philippines. Um, plus, you can the sea life is still pretty good. If you may have to travel a lot more than you would have done a decade ago, but there's still some amazing stuff out in the sea. If you like fishing, there's some good sports fishing out there as well. On the um, general way the Philippines population is as well, you could actually spend time with people in a way that you may not find um, natural in your own countries. Because people in the Philippines are generally always happy. You'll find that the big smile appears just by seeing you and noticing that you're looking at them. Okay, you'll get a lot of hey Joes, and a lot of people want to talk to you. Okay, you get the beggars and stuff trying to harass you now and again, but a lot of the time they're not aggressive beggars. I have to admit, in the UK, I've had much worse situations with beggars trying to get money for drug abuse, I'd say. But in the Philippines, it's not so aggressive, and generally, uh, they're a lot cheaper. Giving somebody like like the equivalent of 10 pence, they're more than happy. Um, but beyond that, the Philippines has some interesting places to visit uh, because of its natural beauty, not only in the sea but also on land. The terraces, which no doubt you've probably heard of already. There's a lot of wildlife, but you have to go to specific areas. Don't expect to come into the Philippines and find that you wanted to see some butterflies and you end up in a concrete jungle metropolis. You need to research before you come here, but part of that is learning to understand the country before you come here. I wouldn't advise relying on somebody else to do it for you because they don't give you the complete overview and you might miss stuff that you actually want to do. What I would advise though is spending a bit of time and money on finding the best information on the places you want to visit. Getting some up-to-date guides um, because you're going to find that that information is going to be so invaluable for your trip because you can pre-plan a lot of the things you want to do. But bear in mind, when it rains here, it can really rain, and you might find that you want to do three things in a day, and you can only do one, or it might take 3 days to actually get there. So all these things are important when you schedule to go to the Philippines, but I would still advise going because from a personal view, I think you'll get a lot out of the trip because you'll find it's a bit of a humbling experience seeing how other people live. Um, I think a lot of this stuff in the West now, people are a bit pampered. Um, People unemployed will complain that they don't get so much, but at the end of the day, until you've been in the Philippines, you really don't understand what nothing is. When somebody's got absolutely nothing, it, in the UK it just means there's no money in the pocket. It doesn't mean they have completely zero. But in the Philippines, it could be just the clothes on their back. Um, Now, it may sound a negative thing to do, but I would actually say it's a positive thing to do because you going there actually shows a positive um, meaning to the local population that you're going to visit because you actually care and traveled halfway around the world and met them. For you, it's going to be a bit of a humbling experience and also something that, say, when you're having a bad day, you can have that at back in your mind and say, it's really not that bad. There's a lot of people a lot worse off than I am. And that's why I find the Philippines is one of those places you should visit. It's not as bad as people make out for the security issues. Just keep away from areas that are notorious for kidnappings and things like that. Cebu, for example, you're not going to have any problems there. Manila, same. There's a lot of security. Even McDonald's has heavy security. It's not because there's going to be a robbery or something, but the fact is, all that security means that you're not going to have any problems. The fact is, I've never seen a robbery in the whole time I've been in the Philippines, and for somebody that's been there getting on 7 years, that's quite an achievement. When the media makes out you're robbed and everything else all the time, fact is, it doesn't happen as much as they say. It's singled out as a story. You'll probably find that a lot of things happen in your neighborhood a lot worse and a lot more regular than you're going to find on your trip to the Philippines. But I would say they do like to have tourists there, and more importantly, it's good for the economy. Buying local and things like that. Spend a bit of money while you're there on people that are doing handicrafts and stuff. You're actually helping them a lot more than giving it to some supermarket or something. So personally, I try to buy from local craftsmen rather than Chinese imports. But this is another thing here. This is a nice suit. This suit was actually made for me. A bit like Hong Kong. Hong Kong's famous for getting a Hong Kong suit made within 24 hours, whatever. Philippines has some great suits, and you can get them tailor-made at a very good price. Something that you may not find elsewhere. You can get shoes made, custom made. You can get your teeth fixed at a very cheap rate. The fact is, the Philippines has so much that you don't think of that you can do there. The next major town from us, although they make shoes, they also could do leather bags, custom leather bags. So there's lots of stuff that you can't get elsewhere. You could actually pre-order and have pre-made, and then when you arrive, you just pick it up, ready for your trip home. I love the Philippines, and for those things I want to preserve in the Philippines. There's artisans there that deserve more trade, and I think taking that little bit more effort as a person, you're actually helping them help themselves and helping their community. So yeah, I highly recommend visiting the Philippines. It's not going to be the normal holiday, which is another reason to do it, but if you like motorbiking, you can motorbike. If you like yachting, you can go yachting. The Philippines has so much that I often think it's one of those places. I wish the Department of Tourism would take a kick up the backside and did more to make the country not only a better tourist attraction, but actually it will help build up the people financially because of an extra injection of being such a great place to go. Currently, it's underfunded. It's not a place that's often pushed, except in a negative light. But I'm saying go there, try it, enjoy it, write about it. Okay, thank you.